Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here, and welcome to another episode on Manchester United Let's Play in FM 2014. Lately, the response has been very good, but there's a couple changes that I have been going through for recording on today's episode. I changed into zoom in 125%, and it brings everything a bit more closer. You can see everything without having to go into full screen, because I know some people, they don't like to watch in full screen for whatever reason. Sometimes, yeah, you just want to watch it on the normal screen that YouTube is set to. So I did that, and hopefully you can see the players, at least the players' attributes more clearer. You can see there, definitely even for myself, it's a bit closer. Even though I preferred the other one, it's not a huge deal for me. It still looks decent. So yeah, please leave your feedback. And secondly, I'm going back to the microphone I was using previously, because the other one, it was too sensitive pretty much. It is a good microphone, but it's too sensitive, and it picks up sounds, any noise else that I make apart from talking. Yeah, any noise that I make apart from talking, like if I swallow or something, it picks up that noise. I'm sure you might have noticed that as well. So until I can get something that prevents those noises picking up, like getting a pop filter or something, I'm not really sure. But anyway, my other one, it's a producer USB, so I'm not sure if that has something inbuilt that stops that, but it seems less prominent when I do swallow and that kind of thing. So hopefully that's alright, and sometimes I might just have to try and edit it in the audio, because I don't really edit my audio. I just leave it how it is and just put it a bit louder if it needs, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully it's alright, and it will continue to be better, because I didn't hear it as an issue before, so hopefully it'll be all good. And that's what I want to do. I always want to change things to make my videos better in terms of the quality, so hopefully you'll notice that. And I'm going to change up my episodes. You know, sometimes I do games, and when youth intake is coming through for the regens, today's episode is going to be about, oh yeah, this episode I upload, I'm not sure if I'm uploading two when I upload this, who knows, but I'm going to give you an overview of my reserve players that I've sent out on loan, and maybe some that I've kept at the first team. Ben Amos, he's still at the team, but just looking at his attributes here and everything, I don't see him, especially signed Jordan Crawford for the backup, and then we got De Gea, as you know, as the #1 keeper. I'll probably try and sell him or let him go. His contract expires next season, or the end of this season, so I'm still not sure what to do with him. But yeah, I want to cover the most popular, because I've got so many names here. I'll give you updates on players that you'll care about more. Moussa Dembele, who we did sign from Fulham, I believe it was. I'll just have to double check that. Yeah, look, all these teams he's gone to in the last few years. Starts at PSG, Fulham, that's where he starts at in this game, but he signed for them in real life, and we signed him then out on loan to Port Vale last season. He actually did pretty good, scoring 10 goals, and now he's gone out on loan to Lens in League One, the French League One, and he's been getting some appearances there in the first French league, so that's very good for him to do. Alberto Seri, now he has gone out on loan to Fiorentina. That's a really big club for a young player to go out on loan to. Last season, we sent him to our affiliate club, FC Twente, and he scored 5 goals in 13 appearances. Decent effort. And yeah, now he's out on loan to Fiorentina, but hasn't really got a chance in the league, but he has came off the bench twice in the Continental Cup. I would imagine that will be Europa League. I don't think they're in the Champions League, and he scored there and getting a good rating. So all good for him, for the development and his development. Richardo Zivkovic, he's going to be like, I called him last year, like a Robin Van Persie, the next Robin Van Persie, but he's not really the style of Robin Van Persie. He's a bit faster, yeah, he's a bit quicker. Van Persie's not really renowned for his pace, and Zivkovic has got 17 pace, and he's strong as well. So hopefully it can be good, but nonetheless, he's on loan at Peterborough, and he scored 2 times so far, so it's okay, but it's not like he's dominating right now, but he still needs improvement. But that's the thing, I don't know how to place it, because you know, with Manchester United, we do have amazing facilities. We have the top possible. I can't even improve them anymore. I can't improve my youth or training facilities. It's the highest as possible. So do you think it's better to send them out on loan, or keep them where there's amazing training facilities? I don't know, leave your comments on that. And as I've said, I'm not the best at Football Manager, no doubt. I'm always seeking tips, what other people think is better. So drop in those comments, please. And also James Wilson, we've been going through some issues with the manager. Where has he gone out on loan? The manager at Doncaster, he's not, well, he started not playing him in his position. You see here, he's played 6 games in left midfield and 6 games in striker. And obviously I want him to be playing as a striker, but to me it doesn't really matter. If he plays some games in wide midfield, a more defensive role, that of course it's more defensive. It's still attacking, but it's not as attacking. It's more defensive than a striker. That's why I think younger players, when you play them in more midfield positions, they can gather some more experience if they were just playing as a striker. That's just something I heard some commentators say during a match as well, with defenders actually starting, or defensive midfielders starting their careers as attacking midfielders. And they get those abilities when they're younger, then they can improve on other abilities, once they get older. Yeah, that's just something I picked up from a real-life commentator in a match, so I'm just trying to translate that into Football Manager, if that's, a situation that can happen. But next up, Angelo Henriquez. This guy is actually putting in the goal so much right now. You can see, just look at the goals right here at the bottom. 6 out of 9 in the league for Angie. He's doing really, really good. He starts, the first loan was to Zaragoza in the Liga Adelante. Of course, that is the second Spanish league, and he scored 11 goals out of 24 appearances. That's a decent effort. And then so far, in the Russian league, for one of the topper teams, he's been a real consistent scorer. So hopefully that can translate into coming back to us and doing a similar job if we need him. But we do have big players. Bebe, you know about him. He's not going to be part of the future. Jack Barmby is not really good enough. And this is probably one of the reasons, one guy I was doing this episode, because a lot of people, some people were asking about Januzaj, if he was, what's going on with him the last 2 seasons. Last season sent him out on loan to Coventry. He was actually really dominant. He was a really strong player in the Sky Bet League 1. You can see there, 6 goals and 9 assists. Even though his average rating wasn't good, that's a decent amount of goals and assists for a midfield player. And now he's gone on loan to SC Heerenveen in the Eredivisie, and he's been not as good, but it is probably a more competitive league. So is he stepping up there, and hopefully he can gain the experience. And next season, I said we need someone in that right midfield position. Like apart from Nani and Valencia, we need another guy potentially coming through. He could be the guy. So it still remains to be seen, of course. Nick Powell, he's the next guy. He's on loan at Swansea. He's, again, a guy who had a solid season. Well, it wasn't solid. It was just he went to Wigan and got some very much-needed experience in the Sky Bet Championship. I believe they got promoted as well, Wigan. Yeah, Wigan in the Premier League now. So he helped their cause getting promoted, even though he didn't have amazing rating, but he played a lot of the games, 31. So that's there. Now he's getting games in the Premier League for Swansea. So where are they right now? Where are they sitting? Swansea, 14th kind of position you expect them, but still early season. And he's definitely renowned for his goal-scoring ability. He can play centre mid, or he can play wide as well. But to me, he doesn't really seem like a wide player. He seems like a central player. Very similar to Wayne Rooney, in my opinion. Like, can play midfield and as a striker, but the other way around. Rooney a striker who could play centre mid, and Powell probably a centre mid that could play striker if needed because of his goal-scoring ability. Next up, Andreas Pereira. Another Belgian player we have on our ranks right now, or in our ranks right now. He's got 19 flair. When your flair's this high, it's really good. That means they're a quality player that's got skills and all of that. He's got free kick taking of 16, long shots 14. He could be a good centre mid. But mentally, apart from his flair and creativity, it's really poor. So I'm not sure if he's going to be good enough. And you can see in the history right now, last season only Sky Bet League 2, and you would want your player to actually make an impact in that league, and still Sky Bet League 1 not really making impact. So it remains to be seen if he will be part of the future. David Pederucci, I'll probably let him go. He's kind of past it. He's been at Manchester United for a while and hasn't really broken through. Julian Brandt, the free transfer we made, he can play right midfield as well. He can play on the right or on the left. Again, another guy who can come through. Just sent him out on loan very, very recently to Bournemouth in the Championship. So hopefully he can kick on his loan spell and continue to improve as a player. And the rest, I'm just looking for the big guys. Danny Pereira, the regen we signed, the Argentinian. He's getting some experience and appearances at Feyenoord. He scored 2 goals so far, so that's promising. Very good technically. He's just got well-rounded attributes. No doubt he'll be part of the future for me. And even though my tactic has done well, do you think I should change tactics? if it's doing well, do you think I should change it to complement other players? Like if I have a lot of centre mids, right now I'm playing with a defensive midfielder and a centre mid because I really want to get Pereira in, but we have Pogba as well for Liney. Like when he comes back next season, should I start playing with a 3 in midfield, or do you think it would be foolish to change what is working well for me? So drop in your comments on that. Next up, who's this guy? Jesse Lingard. I like him. He's a decent player. I saw him play when he came to Australia actually, and he did very, very well in one of the friendlies he played. So he's a good player, but I'm not sure if he'll be that top 4 quality. So it still remains to be seen with him as well. Gene Kouassi, who we did sign last season for almost like 20 million. I know, yeah, just thinking about it back, it probably was overspent on him, but it's hard to say really. If you look at his key attributes, it's still very good. He's a very quick player. His finishing's 11. That's still pretty strong for a winger. You know, wingers really, they don't have much. Look, you don't see a winger with really high finishing, like unless you're someone like Messi or Ronaldo. Yeah, like Ronaldo. Messi's not really a winger, but still, he's got 11 finishing and 13 dribbling, first touch. He's got key attributes and position he needs. And of course, he did actually get the work permit, but now I'm just sending him out on loan for the purpose of actually getting experience. For Antwerp, he did well, and we need him to kick on for the team he's out on loan at the Eredivisie. We're sending a lot of players to that league, definitely. Vajiba Sakor, who signed from Juve, actually, and he's doing okay. A lot of my players went out in the first season on loan to like Sky Bet League 1 or Sky Bet League 2, and now they're stepping up to a bigger league like Espanyol, but he's not really getting appearances. So what do you think is better? A team where he's going to play pretty much all the time like he did last season. He actually was at 2 teams. Wasn't really at Bristol City for long, but then moved to MK Dons and had a really good season, 4 goals and 4 assists. So, yeah, do you think it's better to keep sending him on like a lower English team or a first, top league in, the top division in a different league, but they may not get as many appearances? Or do you think it's also another reason to put there for you to answer? Do you think it's just better to keep him at the team, like I said before, because the amazing the training facilities we have? That's another reason. Sergi Samper next up. He is a quick player, quick defensive midfielder. Again, I'm still in 2 minds about him. I'm not sure. We did actually sign him, but I'm not sure if he's good enough. That's the problem. He's been on loan to 3 different teams already. First up to Crawley last season. He did pretty good for them, but then next up to Preston, wasn't that great. And now he's playing in the League 1, but he's playing consistently as well. But he's not playing good, but he's playing consistently. That's a positive sign. You can't expect a 19-year-old to dominate, and yeah, that's another reason you have to take into account if they're not playing well. Next up, this guy here, Mario Pugliese, the Italian youngster, centre mid, 18 years old, only still. First season, sent him out on loan to Walsall. He was really good. You see the low rating, but he scored 6 goals for a centre mid. That's decent, and now he's stepped up to the championship. So he's looking like an okay player, and he looks okay by his attributes. Darren Fletcher, and yeah, I think there's only going to be 1 more guy I should cover, or 2. First up here, the second last guy I'll cover is Richedli Bazoa. We signed from Ajax. You see there, he was on approach to sign. Hasn't really played. Yeah, he hasn't actually gone out on loan like other players have. I've kept him at the youth team, and he's playing in the under-21s right now, opposed to under-18s. And you can see in these ratings here, he's doing really well. 4 goals for, I think he's been, I'll have to check what players. Does it show what he's... No, it doesn't show the position he's played in reserve matches, but you can see he's doing well. He's scoring 4 goals, so you think he'll probably not be playing centre-back unless they're goals from corners. And the last guy of any relevance I wanted to show was Michael Keane. He's actually got really good attributes. I didn't think he would have been a high-quality player, but he looks decent. Look at that right there, and he's currently out on loan to Bolton. Decent team, can play midfield or in defence, so he's a key player in different positions. First up, sent him out on loan to Wolves last season. Played 44 games and got 9 assists. So I would have thought he would have been playing midfield with 9 assists. That's very good. And so far he's got 2 assists in the championship. So leave your thoughts on him. He looks like a really high quality player, English player as well. So he'll count for those homegrown players. So yeah, drop in your comments if you think I should keep him and slowly introduce him into the first team, and which position as well. Centre mid, centre back, or right back, or even right midfield. But I don't know, he doesn't seem a very good creator, even though he got 9 assists in one of those seasons. So again, I just want to... This episode is not going to be a game in it. It's just reviewing my reserve team, because someone did ask. They wanted to see how Januzaj, what he was doing, and I thought I might as well just give you an update on all of my or not all of them, just a lot of my players in my under 21 team. I might do this again for my under 18 team, but again, if I do this episode next season, you'll see them in that. They'll be in the under 21 squad, depending on their age, of course. So that's pretty much it for now. If you enjoy this type of episode where I review my under 21 team, which you probably hardly ever see throughout a season, maybe just a couple times throughout a season, if I just show them in an episode here and there, but not really giving a full review on them. So if you like that, I might do it a couple of times in a season or at least once. So drop in your comments if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.